Let's face it, police officers have a rough job. They have to make decisions, life-altering decisions, very quickly, while having the responsibility of upholding the word of the law. But what would be said if the authority of police officers were to be abused?
Failing to signal a lane change?
Yes, ma'am.
Today, we bring you real-life cases of police officers taking advantage of the position and breaking the law. To start off, we have the story of Malcolm Ziegler, a 14-year-old boy from Fuquay Varina, North Carolina. One fine day, Malcolm Ziegler was attempting to sell a dirt bike in front of his house when all of a sudden several police officers showed up. The officers were informed that the dirt bike was reported as stolen earlier. Officers, without hesitation, restrained him and put handcuffs on Malcolm.
Do me a favor, man. Go ahead and put your hands behind your back for me, okay?
I did.
You're in possession of a stolen motor vehicle.
What?
Malcolm, while confused and frightened, was taken to the police vehicle where he was searched and then asked to sit at the back of the car.
I did not steal it. I
Okay.
can show you.
Where's the bill of sale at?
I think it's in my house somewhere.
Okay, so here's what's going to go ahead and happen. Just hang tight for me. Matter of fact, do me a favor, sir. Go ahead and step right here.
During all that time, Malcolm attempted to persuade the police officers that the dirt bike belonged to him and that he had all the papers to support his claim. However, the officers were not convinced by his defense and demanded that he be held until they could uncover the truth.
Saying that you stole it. Right now, what we've got is we just got a stolen motor vehicle. We're not saying that you stole the vehicle. Okay, I'm not saying that at all, okay?
Surprisingly, the bike was reported stolen, but what might have happened was that Malcolm bought it from the actual thief. Malcolm also attempted to explain to the officer where he bought the bike from, but the officer wasn't interested in his side of the story just yet.
If you can go on, you can go on my phone. I can show you exactly where I bought it from.
Okay.
We met at the Lillington Presbyterian Church.
Okay.
As Malcolm sat in the police car, an experienced officer intervened, questioning if it was completely necessary to handcuff a 14-year-old over the possession of a stolen vehicle.
Here with what, Dad? Ain't no sense having him sit in the car with handcuffs on.
Okay.
You ain't. If he was 18, and you might be taken to jail for possession of stolen property, different. But you ain't gonna take him to jail, right?
Malcolm's father was unable to find the bill of sale, so the officers released Malcolm to go search for it himself. However, they were escorted by another officer into the house in order to do so.
For me a little bit. Separate your feet as well too. Lean forward so I can get to the key, okay? Separate your hands as well too.
You said what?
Just separate your hands. There you go.
I'm just saying about forward and hit your head on.
All right, go and take that hand out for me, sir.
Which one?
That one right there. You got it. Now let me go.
That's entirely.
Malcolm quickly finds the bill of sale for the dirt bike, which he provides for the police for verification and confirmation of his story.
No, this number is supposed to be a 4. He wrote it down wrong. Okay. This is the right one. That's the right one. This one right here is supposed to be a 4. He wrote it down wrong.
Malcolm helps the police even further by providing them with the phone number of the guy who sold the dirt bike to him.
The information he gave you.
Yes, that's all the information he filled out.
He didn't give you. Did he give you guys a phone number or anything like that?
I have a son of it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Hold on to that real quick.
Malcolm was visibly scared but happy to be with his family after being involved in a face-to-face encounter with the police. This incident leads to question the procedures and judgments that police officers carry out. Even if an incident requires the arrest of a juvenile, was it necessary to handcuff a 14-year-old boy that wasn't resisting arrest? The next story we have is somewhat darker. A police officer who took an oath to guard and protect society was arrested for abusing his wife. The body camera captures the scene where the police officers arrived at his house for his arrest, which turned somewhat violent.
100% misunderstanding. And yes, they grabbed her by her hair. How long you work for girlfriend? October.
The accused officer was pleading with his colleagues to have his handcuffs in front, stating that he was claustrophobic and was having a hard time breathing. However, the officer doesn't falter, understanding the gravity of the situation.
Please put these in front of me. Please, I'm begging you. Okay, just give me a second. Let's just hang tight. Once the supervisor figured out what we're going to do, then we'll go from there.
The accused officer is then asked to explain what happened to get his own statement of the situation while he remains in the police car. During this time, another officer goes inside to question his wife as well.
What happened?
Wait, look, I walked outside onto the patio.
If it's comfortable for you, you can get out now.
I was on the, I was inside.
Okay.
I walked outside and I asked where one of our friends' wives was, and oh shit. And she got pissed with me, so I got her hair, and I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" Like she was. I took it as an accusation.
The accused officer also insists that it was all a misunderstanding, but how can it be when the footage shows him aggressively putting hands on his wife while they were at a bar in public? Sounds like an attempt to use his position of authority to get out of trouble.
He's accused of putting his hands around a woman's neck at a bar in Mount Dora.
As they try to get him into the van, he resists, begging for his handcuffs to be put in front. However, the officer refuses, which leads to a struggle between the accused cop and the officer carrying out the arrest.
Josh, I'm gonna beg y'all nicely. Josh, please, out the door. He's getting in the car. Get in the car, Josh. Please put these in front of me. I'm gonna have a panic attack. Please, guys, I'm not gonna fight you. You know that. You know I'm not gonna fight you.
We're not putting him in the...
I know your policy is behind the back.
If you weren't drunk,
Please.
I might, but you're drunk, Josh. Get in the back.
Sir, I can assure you I'm not.
Come on.
Please don't do that.
Hey, come on.
Please don't push me like
Come on.
Please put him in front of me.
Domestic violence is a serious crime, and all citizens, including police officers, should be held accountable for it. With this particular arrest, everyone is seen as equal in the eyes of the law, regardless of their position or occupation.
Claustrophobic as please, sir. I'm begging you. I will get in the car.
Okay, get in.
Please.
Just
Put him in front of me. I'm begging you nicely. Put him in front of me. Please.
Josh, get in the car. Come on.
Finally, we have a story of an unjust arrest. An officer driven by a personal vendetta arrested a woman without valid cause. The footage shows the officer aggressively handcuffing the woman.
Yeah, would you mind, Henderson, go ahead and detaining her in cuffs? You're under arrest for fail to signal lane change.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change.
The woman, confused and distraught, tried to understand why she was being arrested. Her pleas were ignored as she looked visibly scared of the officer handling her.
You turned your sirens on and everything, ran over here like a crazy person.
Okay, well, ma'am, the reason why you're being contacted is you failed to signal lane change when you flicked me off.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and step out of the car. Step out of the car. I have 3 officers here.
He's hurt me before. Please don't.
The charges she was being accused of were failing to signal a lane change, which under no circumstances would warrant an arrest. However, it's obvious that the officer here has his own intentions for the aggressive nature of the arrest.
You're under arrest for fail to signal lane change.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm under arrest!
A sergeant arrives on the scene and questions the arrest. The sergeant, assessing the situation, realized the arrest was retaliatory and unjustified. Typically, the most that can be done for a case like this is to issue a ticket, not to arrest her and put her into a police vehicle.
She has a driver's license, but...
I'm gonna turn this off. No.
Yeah, she has a driver's license, but...
Well, she comes down the street, comes right towards me. As I'm walking back by the car to do nothing, she flicks me off. And then as she does that, she gets on the lane and fails to signal lane.
The sergeant demanded the woman be released immediately, making sure that her rights were respected and she was not wrongfully detained.
You guys want me to wear this for bullets? Are you kidding me? What do you mean? I never tried. They did tell me though that it's fabric.
This particular encounter brings up the issue of accountability in the police force. Thankfully, in this video, the senior ranking officer acted to address the injustices and uphold the appropriate credentials in the enforcement agencies or police force. But what happens when it's the senior ranking officer doing harm? Sounds like a future video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, please do give this video a like and subscribe to the channel.